I've been fighting Florida's free kill law to try and find justice for Cameron.
A well-known local man spoke to Liz Ryan about his crusade.
It's a story of heartbreak of a local family that's been feeding loyal patrons for years.
I'm Dee from Smokin' Dee's Barbecue. My son was Cameron Parrott. He ran his shop and my 206 shop for the past 18 years until he died in the hospital from a blood clot. We told them about the moment we arrived at the emergency room.
To add to this tragedy, Dee's been living with a lack of closure. Dee cannot find out exactly how the hospital treated Cameron before he died because of a Florida law enacted back in the 1990s. Listening to the explanation is like watching a tennis match.
Free kill law is you cannot hold anybody inside a medical facility accountable for anything if you have no dependents. If you're under 24, you have rights. If you turn 25 and have no children or mate, you have no rights. If you get married, you have a dependent, you have rights. If you get divorced, you lose your rights. If you have a child, you have rights until that child turns 25. Then you lose your rights again. It is an insane law.
Dee believes this law attracts bad doctors to Florida.
If you come to the state of Florida, at least 30% of your patients will have no ability to hold you accountable for any actions you take. They can't file lawsuits. They can't do anything. So if you were a questionable doctor, Florida is a magnet for them.
There was a bill that would have repealed the law and it sailed through the Florida House and Senate, but was vetoed by Governor DeSantis. Dee is on a mission.
I started End Free Kill Now. The website is floridafreekill.org, where you can find out if you fall into the free kill category and what things you can do to protect yourself within a Florida facility. It will also have updates on who you can contact legislatively to try to change this law.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, conveniently located off I-95 at exit 311.
Once again, St. Johns County came out in droves.
At last week's St. Johns County Legislative Delegation meeting, State Representative Kim Kendall said the turnout reflected how deeply the community cares about local issues.
It's phenomenal, the amount of care that our community leaders have to come out and have their voices heard. I think we still see the top priorities, which are infrastructure. That's whether it's our city of St. Augustine or the entire county of St. Johns. Also, water seems to be a big issue, and it continues to be a big issue to address that. And then just the theme of home rule.
Kendall said those priorities, especially protecting local control from state preemption bills like Senate Bill 180, will continue to shape her agenda heading into the next legislative session.
A follow-up bill on guano with that land swap to try to tighten the screws on where the holes existed, to try not to see a repeat of that land swap situation that happened last year. And also one of our youngest constituents, who's 15.
That young constituent, a 15-year-old local swim instructor, inspired Kendall to expand the state's free swim voucher program for families below 200% of the federal poverty line.
He said the thing is with the 0 to 4 age, which is what the voucher covers currently, it's not old enough for the kids to stick, especially 0 to 1, 1 to 2. And coupling in so many more young adults and young children have autism, we really need to up the age. So the bill is going to just simply change the age from 0 to 4 to 1 to 7.
Representative Kendall said the proposal grew from the heart of the community, blending big infrastructure goals with local ideas that make a personal difference.
In other news, the federal government shutdown has put a pause on SNAP benefits. This will cause a lot of people to have a hard time filling their shelves and their bellies. Catholic Charities has issued this statement. We're seeing one of the highest levels of food assistance needs in recent years, and the ongoing federal shutdown is only adding to that strain. Seniors are especially vulnerable, living on fixed incomes that no longer stretch far enough. The community can help by donating non-perishable food, grocery gift cards, or making a financial contribution. Each donation helps families and seniors right here in St. Johns County. Donations can be dropped off at the Catholic Charities office. That's at 525 State Road 16 in St. Augustine. On another note, if you're a pool shark and want to try your hand at the 2025 International Open, now's your chance. It's happening at the World Golf Village Renaissance St. Augustine Resort November 14th through the 23rd, and spots are going fast. There are several divisions like Pro 9 Ball, Semi-Pro, Straight Pool, and One Pocket. You can sign up to compete or buy tickets if you just want to watch at intlopen.com. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.